I always believe that success leaves subtle clues. And I gotta tell you, it's not true. They're blindingly obvious, but most of us fail to follow them. We've done amazing research on the wealthy. People with $1 million, all the way up to the super rich, people with over 500 million. There are clear patterns. Successful people do what unsuccessful people aren't willing to do.
It is about decision making.
They seem to get better results than most other people. It's the way their lives are arranged, the way they're going to be able to achieve the goals they want.
They've got to that point where they're looking for the next stage of their wealth and the opportunity that's there.
The single family office.
Well, most of us don't have $250 million. So what are the opportunities? Well, the big opportunity that with today's technology and access to these experts is a virtual family office.
What is the definition of a virtual family office? A family office is unique to each family, so there's no one specific definition. So imagine if you had $400 or $500 million or more. You would have on staff a CPA, an estate planning attorney, someone to handle your bill paying and maybe some lifestyle things like your travel and things of that nature. Well, the problem is most people don't have $500 million or more. And so the idea is, how can we do that virtually and take the best experts available in all those areas to help you achieve all that's most important to you? Care for your loved ones, take care of them, take care of your heirs, look at your tax situation and protecting your assets from unjustly being taken. That team of experts together for you to achieve all that's most important to you.
Each of us is where we are today, no matter what personal wealth we've built up. And if you imagine over the next 3 years, there's 4 possible futures that I want to walk you through. Let's start at the bottom. You know, if we don't take any action and we just let the world unfold, we miss so much. Are you doing everything today that you need to reduce your taxes? Do you have your estate plans in order? Are you protecting your assets? We're saying we're building wealth, we've got a business, we've got an executive position. We'll get to this amazing life of significance down the road. Down the road doesn't happen. You know, we're so busy in life. We call this a financial mess. Let's say that we do a little bit of planning though. So often I see the mistake of having too much in one area, whether it's a business or an investment, something goes wrong. Where we had financial security, we now have financial insecurity. What we want you to do is have financial security, and you're reasonably diversified and you're beginning to accumulate wealth. You can end up a few years out with financial security, but to me, that's not enough. See, I want you to have your own optimal financial world where you can take care of the people you love, causes you care about, and make a difference in the world.
I think the most important way to get to know your client better is to make sure that you're asking questions to understand. You're listening to understand rather than listening to reply. I think it's a real challenge in this day and age with Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all these things. You know, everybody wants to be relevant. And we've all been part of those machine gun type conversations where you're ready to interject immediately as you hear the other person talking with a solution or a product. That's just not the time for it. You want to save that for a time when you've already identified what's most important to the client and make sure that it's very client-centered and the focus is on them.
An optimal financial life looks different for everybody, but what we have found working with 50 plus years together with clients is there's 3 areas that continue to come up. It's taking care of their loved ones and their heirs in the community at large and making a difference in the world. Having that team approach and collaborative approach with all these experts, because no one person on that team can be an expert in every area. And so working together to determine what is most important to you and helping you achieve that to continue on the path or set you on that path to your optimal financial world.
I think you have to have a passion for what you're doing. The virtual family office sole intention is to provide you that renewed freedom to pursue those passions and expand upon all of the things that you've done very well, and it's led to this very successful time in your life.
Family offices really took off in the 19th century when some of the wealthiest families, such as the Rockefellers and Carnegies and so forth, decided that they're going to get results that they need and want. They're going to get the type of solutions that really fit them. And the best way to do that is to have, in effect, their own people going out to find these answers and provide them. What really took off more recently, technology, some very clever and sophisticated professionals have come up with ways to provide that kind of expertise to a broader audience, where you don't have to have hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars.
The virtual family office, and that is exactly what it is virtual. You don't have the employees in one location. There's not per se an office that the family has to support, but they have access to individuals over the web and virtually at any time.
Outside experts are handpicked, carefully chosen, extremely well vetted, and understand how to work as a team to deliver the best results to the client.
What the virtual family office, in terms of favorable outcomes for the client, is cost effectiveness. I mean, we have those relationships where you have attorneys and CPAs who are typically kind of billable hours kind of guys, and then you've got ourselves who are more fee-based, and you have to blend those together for the benefit of the client to make it cost effective. And it kind of moves you to the front of the line when you have a team of cohesive professionals looking at their best effort to provide those kind of services in the most advantageous fee structure.
The way to develop strong personal relationships and continue those over time is to really understand who they are as an individual or a family. And the way that's done is ask a lot of questions and be a really good listener. What we have found is most people that are looking for that virtual family office or even that wealth manager, they're not looking for a new best friend. They're looking for strategies and solutions that will help them achieve all that's most important to them.
Think of it as a spoke in a wheel. The family and maybe the investment advisor or the key advisor that's suggesting the VFO is at the center of this thing. The lawyer, the insurance agent, the CPA, the other professionals that are involved in the process are sort of outside rotating around that hub.
What you want to do is have a team. Mistake so many of us make is we ask people, do you know someone? And what we find is we go out and get one person and all the advice is siloed. You want to have a personal CFO, a financial advisor, accountant, or attorney acting as the general manager of the team. And they're going to come in and do what's called a stress test. They're going to take a look at where you are now, where you want to go, and what are the gaps.
At that point, we go through and we try to understand all the businesses they have, all the insurance they've purchased, and then all of the different risks that they think they have in their business.
And we'll put together an option of restructuring to a more cost-effective portfolio for the client.
And it's not geographic. With technology the way it is and our comfort going online to communicate, it becomes very easy to be able to work with specialists all over the world. And our virtual family office is the one finding and helping coordinate as well as screening those professionals.
There was a recent study, and 86% of the people who responded to the study said they believe that they have outgrown their current advisor. How do you know? How do you know if you've outgrown your current advisor? And so the solution is maybe a virtual family office might be the way to say, okay, maybe I should look at this to figure out and get questions answered that some I don't even know what to ask. Are you 100% certain that the plan that you have in place today is going to achieve all that's most important to you and get you to where you want to be?
If you're at that place in your life where you have a list of things that you're trying to get done or that you're really looking forward to, but you're somewhat paralyzed by the obligations and the responsibility of your wealth, then I think the virtual family office is exactly what you need to be exploring and looking into.